Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to be joined with the monster, Andrew Moloney. How are you, my friend?
I'm good, Adam. Thanks for having me on, mate.
Excellent, good man. Yeah, so you're in Vegas. How was your trip? I have just spoken to your brother. How'd you get on?
Yeah, no, going really well. We got here to Vegas yesterday. Flight was good. We were sort of, there's only maybe 30 to 50 people on the whole flight. So we all had a row each to ourselves so you could lay down and get some sleep. So the trip was good and excited to be back over here in Vegas and excited for my fight that's coming up.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What's going on with your fight coming up? So it hasn't been like officially announced yet, or has it been? The the the
Um,
the
Not exactly, but it's sort of been leaked out to the media.
yeah,
The interview with Bob Arum, who mentioned that, yeah, my rematch with Joshua Franco is going to be on November 14 on the
14.
undercard to Terence Crawford and Kell Brook. So
Cool.
we're going to be co-featured to that huge fight. So massive audience, and obviously a fight that I'm extremely motivated and excited for. So they've given me this opportunity to win back my world title. So I'm doing everything I can at the moment to make sure that that happens.
Yeah, man, definitely. So Tony did say about this, but he said don't say anything. But it wasn't me. Um, let's talk about this fight then. Joshua Franco, rematch. You lost against him in the previous fight. There was no dispute from you, I believe.
Yeah.
How was it? Let's talk about straight after the fight. How are you feeling? Obviously down, but tell me about those emotions. Your first big loss and things like that. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I was very low. It was very, very hard thing for me to go through. The first loss of my professional career, losing my world title in my first defence. And, you know, I was living my dream. I was world champion and headlining at the MGM, headlining a huge top ranked show. And I was living my dream. And I slipped up. I didn't perform in that last fight. And I lost my title, took my first loss as a professional, and it was a very hard thing to go through, and it forced me to obviously evaluate things and some mistakes that I was making in my game and things that I needed to improve on. So that's what I've been doing the last few months. Is I've been in the gym every day, improving as much as I possibly can, and getting rid of those mistakes and bad habits that I had in my boxing, and just, yeah, really getting back to the drawing board and improving as much as possible. And that loss, really lit a fire inside of me. I feel like I'm more motivated than ever before, and I'm extremely hungry and determined for this fight and
Yeah.
to get revenge and to get my world title back and to beat Joshua Franco and to get back to where I was.
Yeah. So you must be delighted with Top Rank to get you this rematch.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They are, for those sort of 2 days after the fight where I really didn't know where I was going to go from there. And, we met with Bob Arum and the top ranked team before flying home, and they told me that they would give me the opportunity to have that rematch with Franco. And, that was, huge relief for me and something that I'm extremely grateful for. So it's my opportunity now to make sure that I make the most of that and I get that world title back.
yeah. So you've kind of known about this for a while. You've kind of been preparing for this anyway. So you are as ready as you could ever be, yeah? Or
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah?
So
Good, good.
as soon as I got home, it was we obviously had that 2 week quarantine in the hotel in Sydney, but I was training in the hotel room. I've been training for this, from the moment I landed home off that plane, and yeah, I'm more motivated than ever, and I'm really determined to make sure I win this fight. So I've been working very hard. I'm already sparring 12 rounds, and I'm extremely fit. I've got another 6 weeks to go, so I'm going to be in the best shape of my life.
Yeah. So you're kind of helping your brother out with his training for, he's fighting another monster. So
That's
you're
right.
you're perfect. You're perfect at the moment, yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I've been helping Jason a little bit. We did some sparring sort of early in the training camp, but now we've got other sparring partners
Okay,
available to work with Jason. But yeah, we're trained alongside each other and pushing each other every day to make sure that we're at our best come fight night.
so you've kind of got a camp going parallel, well, not parallel, well, parallel, but a little bit behind to your brother. You've got like your own separate camp
Yeah.
getting geared up now.
Yeah,
Now,
that's right.
yeah.
So we're going through training camp
Ooh,
together, and that's good. That's how we like it. We can push each other every day and help each other out where we can. And yeah, we're training hard and pushing each other every day. And then yeah, I'll have my opportunity to fight 2 weeks after Jason. So it's only
cool.
those sort of last few weeks where things were a little bit different in tapering off for the fights and things like that. But yeah, it's good to be able to train with each other every day and push each other.
Cool. Good stuff. In terms of you were talking about how fire has been lit inside you, what have you been doing differently or are going to be doing differently in the lead up this time to Joshua Franco? Obviously, you're more accustomed to this routine of flying out to Vegas and spending a
Yeah.
few weeks there. Tell me about that.
Yeah, more comfortable this time for sure. Like we got here to Vegas yesterday, and it's been a few months since we were here. But it's funny when we landed, we all said the same thing. Like once we got back to the house, we're like, it feels like it was only last week that we were over here in Vegas. So it feels very familiar, and we're very comfortable here. But I mean, that I'm not doing too much differently. It's just that fight has shown me some areas that I need to improve on and some bad habits that I was making. So we've been working hard every day to correct those mistakes and to improve as much as I can as a fighter.
Yeah. Yeah, just good. You got the. So, were there any problems in particular in the lead up to the first fight? Was there anything wrong going on there, or
No,
just a
nothing in
bad day at the
particular.
office?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, at that level, you've got to perform on the night, and I
Hmm.
felt like that was me nowhere near at my best. Um, and a few things went wrong in the fight with perforating my eardrums and things like that, which you
I've
know,
done that.
gave me some issues during the fight. But what it comes down to is that I didn't perform at my best, and I'm doing everything I can at the moment to make sure that I do perform at my best or a lot closer to it in this fight. And I believe that my best beats Joshua Franco at his best. So that's what I'm out there to prove on November 14th.
So this is crazy. You and your brother both have the biggest fights of your life coming up. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's right. We do.
That's crazy.
Um, yeah, we've been extremely, extremely lucky in this year that, year where most people have really had a difficult time in their careers. We've had the two biggest fights of our careers and these huge opportunities to come over here to Vegas and be on huge cards and headline shows and, fight for world titles. So we're very grateful and we're, working very hard every day to make sure we make the most of it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it really is fantastic. One thing I wanted to ask you, which I haven't asked you personally, the no crowd thing. How was that? I spoke to you before that fight. How
Yeah.
was that? What was that like?
Um, the only difference for me personally was walking out to the ring. It felt a little bit strange walking out with no crowd. But once I was in the ring and, the bell rang, it was just, me and Franco in the ring and that's all I was focused on. And, the crowd really, it didn't really make a difference to me at all. I really didn't pay much attention to it. It just felt like any other fight. So, yeah, it really didn't affect me much at all.
Yeah. So the Crawford fight is in the bubble, yeah? That's in the bubble, yeah?
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That's what I heard, yeah.
I did see an article that said there's a chance it could be in Omaha, where he's from, but I've only seen that online. I haven't heard that directly from anyone. But yeah, whether it's in Omaha or
Doesn't
Vegas,
really matter, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
doesn't matter to me. I'm just really grateful that I'm getting this opportunity and yeah, doing everything I can to make sure I win that fight.
You want that belt back, yeah? Won that belt
That's
back
right.
bad. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So, in terms of how have you, the loss, has anything else inspired you to want this back so bad? Like you seem pretty headstrong still. You seem
Yeah, no, I feel like I'm in a good,
you
good
don't seem
place
like
at
you
the moment.
changed before.
No,
You see fighters that change a lot after they've won and lost a big fight.
I
You
mean,
don't seem like that. Um,
I'm more determined than ever. That's
yeah.
the only difference I
Has
feel
anything
is
else
that
inspired you? Other than the loss, what anything else helped? What's really helped you through
well,
this?
the way I felt after that fight, I never want to feel like that ever again.
That
I never
pure.
want to put my family through that and my wife through that. So again, obviously, like I ended up going to hospital after that last fight,
Yeah.
and me being on the other side of the world to them, that was very hard for them, and you know, a very hard thing for me to go through and them to go through. So I never want to put them through that again. So I'm working my ass off every day to make sure that that never happens again, and I never lose another fight again.
Good man. Good man. So we've got what we got 6-7 weeks till
6 weeks. Yeah.
that alleged fight day. Um, so what? You're just chilling out in Vegas for like 2 months or something. Quite a long time.
Yes, we'll be here for 7 weeks, and then have a few days after my fight, and do the 2 week hotel quarantine when we get to Sydney. So he'll be away for another 9 weeks, and to make sure I make it all worthwhile this time and come home with that belt.
Yeah. So the quarantine thing? How was that? I heard your brother told me you guys quarantined together. You must have got
Yeah, that's
sick of
right.
each other after 10 days or whatever it was.
Yeah, I got sick of him, but not as much as being stuck in a hotel room and the crappy food they were serving to us. It was torture. It was like we were in jail. So
Really?
yeah, not looking forward to that again. But if I'm sitting there in the room with my world title belt, I'll be happy.
Yeah, you sit there for a couple of months, I'm sure. Um,
Yeah.
so what did you do? Do you have to go to a hotel? I always worry that, but this quarantine thing, you're checking into a hotel. Yeah. Do you walk past other people in the hotel? You have to go to the room and just stay in the room the whole time. And it's got like
Yes,
a bathroom in there. You can't leave
yeah.
the room. Is that what
They
it's
don't.
like?
They don't even give you a room key. They say you won't be needing this because you're not leaving. So
You kidding me? Really?
yeah, nah, that's it. It's true. Um, so yeah, you're stuck in that room and you can't leave until the 14 days are over, and they're certain that you don't have COVID. You tested 3 times while you're in there, and after the 14 days, you can go home.
They don't give you a key. Are you serious?
That's right.
What
So
hotel is doing this? What?
there's a few different ones,
All the
and
main.
yeah,
And I don't want to get you in trouble.
you may as well be in jail, mate. It's torture.
I've been in better. I've been in better. Whoa.
At least they get an hour a day outside. We didn't
Yeah.
even get that.
There's some fresh air.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. So they're going to do that to
Yeah,
a
no, it's
world
not
champion.
fun.
Wow, great.
But,
Great. And we'll move on. We'll move swiftly on from that. Um, so brilliant. So this is great. In terms of your sparring and stuff like that, have you got your own set of sparring partners, or I'm trying to think Franco's size now. Obviously, do you use your brother anyway? Are you using Andres Campos, who your brother uses, or you got other people
yeah,
coming in?
we got other people coming in as well.
Yeah.
I might do rounds with Andreas and also Vegas Larfield. He's quite similar to Franco as well. But I've got about another 3 or 4 guys organised here in Vegas that I can use, and I may also be flying one more in if we need him. So you've got plenty of sparring organised and all similar style to Franco and all high quality rounds. So yeah, we're going to be more than ready come November 14.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. Good man. I still can't get that room key thing out of my head. That was with me for a while, man. I'll have to do an interview with you from the prison, from
Yeah, we'll show you around the room.
Hilton prison,
Not much
whatever
to
it is.
see.
Whoa. Anyway, so I'm just trying to think if we've covered everything. Man, I think we have. We'll end it on that kind of
Yeah.
horrifying story you've told me.
You're just shocked about this
Andrew.
throwing thing, mate.
I can't believe this. No, one thing I did want to ask you in terms of Australia, how is it going there in terms of coronavirus, things opening up? Because I spoke to some boys in Perth the other day. You're in the different end of Australia. How's that going? How's it going with all that?
So we live in New South Wales, which is right on the border of Queensland.
Yeah.
And things are they're getting back to normal where we are. And most of Australia is slowly getting back to normal and things are opening up. But other than Victoria, where I grew up in Melbourne, they're still in like full lockdown. So yeah, they're doing it pretty tough down there. Everything's shut. They're only allowed out the house 1 hour a day, and you can only meet up with like one other person, and there's a heap of different rules in place. So yeah, they're sort of doing it tough down there at the moment. But the rest of Australia is slowly back to normal. Didn't affect us, thankfully, in our training. We were able to spar with guys from Brisbane and also from Sydney. Since we were right on the border, you're allowed sort of certain distances in between the two. So we got some great sparring in Australia, and it didn't affect our preparation, thankfully. So yeah, we were able to get over here, no worries, and continue a great training camp.
Good man, good stuff. Okay, good to end it on a positive. It's lingering off now. It's not too bad. My man, thank you so much. Thanks for talking to us. Good luck in the training for your world title fight. Yeah, excellent stuff. It's going to be, we'll catch up with you